Okay, everybody, this video is extremely important because, as you know, we've had a little trouble with people submitting ideas to companies that just aren't a good fit. And one particular company reached out to me and said, "Hey, Steve, your community is sending me ideas and they're just not doing their homework. They don't know what we're looking for. They're sending us bad ideas that don't even fit our product line." So what I wanted to do today was to show you how to look at someone's product line, how to find a company that's looking for ideas, such as this company here, and how to go through their website to learn basically maybe what their policy is about submitting ideas, what their mission statement is, what type of ideas are they looking for, and to look at their product line to determine if your idea is a good fit. It's very important for you to do that and take your time. Do not be rushed. Don't be in a hurry. Do a good job. That way, these companies will appreciate you as an asset. They will treat you as a professional, and you can build a long-term relationship to keep on submitting ideas to these companies. If you rush this and you send them bad stuff, those doors are eventually going to close, like this one did the other last week. But also, if you don't do this correctly, they're not going to take you seriously. So I'm going to go through it and see if we can learn together all the great things about these open innovation companies that are looking for ideas from us. So I'm here on the OXO site. It's a kitchen company. I love this company, by the way, because they love working with inventors. I was told by the CEO they pay a lot of royalties to inventors, so they love us. All right. That being said, we have to do the right thing. And I'm also concentrating on this particular category as the kitchen category because this category is on fire. They just had the big trade show back in Chicago. There was over 2,400 kitchen companies that were showing product there. It's really exciting to go to one of these trade shows. So I thought this would be a great company to do this kind of a case study. So anyway, okay, I'm at OXO. I pulled them up on the website. I'm looking at them here. So the first thing I'm going to do, instead of seeing if my product is a good fit, I'm not going to rush into that at the minute. I just want to look at their website. I want to look at their color. I love how clean and white it is. It kind of shows me if I'm going to submit my idea to them, I might want to look like them a little bit. So it kind of gives me a feel of how they look, and that will help me submit my idea so it looks kind of like them and they can take it and put it right into their product line. So anyway, a lot of white, which is really kind of nice. Up here at the very top, you can look at all the different categories. Wow. This is cooking and baking. There's quite a few here. Of course, beverage, maybe not as many. Cleaning, organization, baby and toddler. That's kind of a new thing for these guys. Maybe yes, maybe no. But this is their whole product line. Now, if I have a pet product, would I send it to this kitchen company? Now, maybe it's a pet product to feed my animals, right? It's still in the kitchen. It has to do with food or dog food. No, this isn't a good fit. So right away, I know that's not a good fit. And that's really obvious. But there's some things that you're going to have to read between the lines because they're not going to tell you everything. They're not going to tell you exactly what they're looking for. And the reason why they don't want to do that, they don't want to tell their competition. So you have to kind of read between the lines. And that's what we're going to do today. All right. I'm going to jump over here before I start looking at some of these categories. I'm going to go look at their Good Tips blog. I always like to see what they're writing about, what's important to them. And I could see here that they do quite a bit of writing on how to do things better. All right, that makes sense. I'm looking at it here, and I can go ahead and read some of this stuff if I have the time. But I want to find something that tells me a little bit more So let's see, what can I find here that's going to tell me a little bit more here what I'm really looking for? I mean, I could keep on loading and loading and loading. Look at this. They have 400, here it is, 413 posts or articles. Okay, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Let's see what else. What else can it tell me here? Let's see. Here, behind the scenes. This might tell me something here. It might tell me what they're thinking about. And this looks interesting. It's showing us, let's see, OXO by the numbers. What does that mean? Let's go take a look at that real quick. OXO by the numbers. Wow. It shows me that 2018 was a busy year and that they have, looks like they're ending the year with over 45 new products. I love that. And it kind of tells me a little bit about some of the testing that they've done on some of their products. Like they're working on a cheese grater and they used over 100 pounds of cheese to test them. Okay, it kind of shows me some things that they do. All right, no big deal. Oh, this is interesting though. Here, right here. Share our story and our brand video. Now,
hands can do wondrous things. They can explore.
I want you, this video I have seen before, and it really talks about their brand. And it talks about, in fact, you can see it here, this little write-up here. This is very important to understand. And it says, at OXO, we're driven by a restless curiosity and a quest to make things better. Oh, that's interesting. We look at everyday objects and activities and find ways to make things simpler, easier, and more thoughtfully designed. What they're saying here, and this is kind of their mission statement, they're taking everyday objects and basically just making them easier to use. Wow. Right? And I think the reason why they do this, and I really like that they're stating it this way. In fact, they said that their journey started with the vegetable peeler over 25 years ago. And now they have over 2,000 products later. What they're telling me is that they're taking everyday products that people are using today. And the reason why they're doing that, there's no risk because they know people are using those products, or they're functional, people like them, and they're just making them better. So would I show them something brand new? If I come up with a brand new product, a brand new gadget, something that they've never seen before, no one's ever used before, do you think that's a good fit for OXO? I don't think so. That's not their business model. Their business model is very safe because they're taking existing things and just making them better. So that tells you I'm not going to send them something that's too new, that hasn't been tested before. That's not a good fit for this company. Wow. All right. So this was a really good video. Now, sometimes you can find this information. Sometimes they'll have about us. That will tell you kind of how they started, how they're thinking. And that's one thing I would do, is find that about us. They don't have an about us on their page. I couldn't find it. But they do have some information of how they're thinking. And I like it. Here's another one. Behind the designs, space-saving drying rack. This is interesting too, because this shows you how they're designing, how are they thinking. And I like this process. And this process basically comes from a product developer's perspective of designing through observation. And they talk about this. And this particular product, they're looking for their approach. There it is. And I guess they saw a problem in this particular category of a drying rack for things that you're feeding your young child, your baby. And so through observation, they realize they should go vertical. They need to make it fit. They need a better angle. But that's all through observation. Everything in its place. Keep it clean. It kind of shows you their thought process. There you go. I just said it. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to the home page. And let's scroll down for just a minute. This was interesting. Better. I love the better brew, better day. Everything's better. They want to make products just better. They don't want to create something too new, but just to make things better. All right, makes sense. Most loved. This is interesting. I looked at this, and they're really basic things. These are kind of their best sellers, and it just shows they're really kind of simple. I don't see anything too complicated here. Measuring cup, a whisk, a roll-up bib. All right, what else? Another measuring cup, tongs, garlic press. Pretty simple stuff. I was kind of amazed. Nothing too high-tech here. Maybe this food scale is a little bit more high-tech, but everything is pretty darn simple. So anyway, I think that's kind of interesting to look at. All right, let's go back up here. All right, so now I'm trying to find my product, right? And I said at the very beginning, if I have let's say I have a towel rack, and I have a brand new towel rack, and it's a towel rack that should go in maybe the kitchen, or maybe or someplace inside the house, and I'm thinking it's a really good fit, maybe for the baby or the toddler or the kitchen. And so I go here to see if they have a towel rack. Okay, let's see towel rack. Because I have a great towel rack, and I think it's perfect for these guys. So I hit it, and let's see what I find. Oh, sorry, no results for towel rack. But wait a minute, I've got this great towel rack. I think it's perfect for them. It's perfect for the kitchen. But would I send it to them? No, because they don't have anything in this particular area. See, you're trying to fit your idea into their product line, but they don't have a product line for towel racks. There you go, guys. That wouldn't be a good fit. They're going to take existing ideas, just make them better. They're not going to take a lot of risk. They're not going to come up with a gadget. They're not going to do anything that people don't even know. And that they're probably not going to do another category they're not even thinking about. Showing them a towel rack when they don't even sell any towel racks is a bad idea. Oh, geez, this is a lot of fun. Okay, so let's go back and look at some of the other stuff. All right. What I also like about this too, it gives you the price point. Best sellers, I love it. The material that they use, that's really interesting too. So they can make things out of metal, plastic, glass, silicone. Good to know, those are materials. So if you go to someone's site and they only make things out of plastic and you show them something out of metal, maybe that's not a great fit, right? Or let's say you look at the price point. And you realize that, let's see how many items do they have over $300. Okay, I got a great idea, but, potentially could retail for $500. I don't think it's a good fit for this company. Wow, okay, let's say 0 to 99. That looks like a pretty popular category, I bet. You bet. And that might even be their sweet point. They always have a kind of a price point. Let's see the best sellers. I will tell you where the magic number is here. All right. 29, 14, $7, 39. That's pretty high. They can go up to $40. So it kind of gives you an idea. But look at some of the best sellers. They look like they're under $10. Oh, there's 99. That's a big 10-piece set. Okay, they can go up that high. But it kind of gives you an idea of of the price point. But you know what else I like about this? If I was going to present an idea to them, I would make sure it's a white background. There you go, white background. I love it. This almost shows you what your sell sheet should look like, right? Shows the product, really simple. There's the one-line benefit statement here. Easy lift bakeware, baking cups, and more out of a pressure cooker. There's your one-line benefit statement. This is important here, you guys. Here, product details. Wow. I love this. It really shows you if you have an idea that's going to fit, you should kind of look like them. So let's go back and let's look at their submission process, right? Are they even inventor friendly? There they are, inventor submissions. There you go, perfect. All right, you want to read all these submission processes very, very carefully. And if you don't understand it, they even mention that, consult with an attorney, a licensing attorney or patent attorney if you have any questions. But basically what they're saying here, they will not sign an NDA. There you go, you guys. They will not sign an NDA because they're working on things in the back room. So it makes no sense for them to sign something. That also says that feel free to submit your invention in any of the following formats. Hand drawing, that's wonderful. Photographs, great. Video, I love the videos. Website about your product. Hand drawings, yeah, they'll look at it, but that doesn't communicate very well at all. Photographs, not too bad, but still it doesn't communicate very well. A video absolutely communicates beautifully. I don't know if I'd have a website either. I'd probably have a one-page sell sheet that's done very, very well and looks professional. And guess what? It kind of looks like them. I like the color red, the black, and the white. Keep it clean. Also here, you guys, look at this. If you've got some type of intellectual property, they think it's pretty good. That's okay. They want a written description of your invention, just like they did on their product page. That little description, that's what they want too. They also say give us 6 to 8 weeks for them to complete their process, their evaluation process. Takes 6 to 8 weeks. So now you know, don't keep on bugging them. Don't call them every other week. And don't think that they don't get back to you in a couple of weeks that they're working around you. That's just their process. All right, there you go, you guys. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Take your time, go slow, make sure it's the right fit, and give them what they need. Do not rush and become an asset to these companies. There's more and more companies that are opening their door to work with people like us. But if we keep on rushing and we're throwing stuff up against the wall to see if it sticks, those doors will close. So make it easy for those guys to love you. Make it easy for those guys to make good decisions. Study their product line, study their mission statement, and do your homework. Slow it down. Once again, this is Stephen Key. Thanks for watching.